After about, I don't know, maybe the hardest 6 or 7 days of my life, I think we're ready to cross to the Bahamas.
The time has come. We are crossing to the Bahamas today. After a few months of being stuck with breakdowns and repairs, we are finally ready to enjoy some sunshine in our boat in the Bahamas.
It looks like there's almost going to be not enough wind, but the seas are also super flat. Wind should pick up this afternoon, but we'll see what it's like when we get out there. I'm not really sweating it. I think we're just going to cross the Gulf Stream, let it carry us north quite a bit, like 15 miles or so north of West End, and then just head straight over to the Abaco Islands. No time to waste.
I think I'm just nervous, so hopefully my seasickness isn't too bad today because of anxiety. I'm excited. I am really excited to get over there.
Not only are we super excited to get to the Bahamas, we are also really excited to meet up with our friends Hunter and Bridget. If you've been following along, you might recognize those names. We end up calling them a lot when we run into issues on the boat, and Hunter is the one who flew out to help us sail back from the Bahamas when we broke the steering yoke on our drive leg. We met them in Dinner Key Marina where we bought the boat, but have not really had a lot of chances to hang out with them in person since then.
We took off at about 4 in the morning, which is the same thing we did last time when we crossed from Biscayne Bay to Bimini, but this time it was way less scary and overwhelming because we have more experience. Although there were still some nerves going into this sail, our last sail was the scariest one we've faced yet, with a torn mainsail and an engine failure. It was the most afraid we've been on the water, but here we are ready to face our fears and get back out there.
Flying around in ocean, pretending land was our own. We couldn't embrace the notion that we were meant for something more, something beautiful. Something beautiful.
Excuse my appearance, I just woke up. It is my watch now. Patrick is gonna go sleep for a while. It is so calm out here. It's really, really, really calmed my nerves down. I feel totally fine. We're about halfway through our crossing already towards the Bahamas bank. Nothing has gone wrong. I keep thinking about our first crossing, which was like our 3rd sail ever, which is insane. And it's just making me laugh to think about how the seas were and we were sick, and this is like so calm and peaceful out here right now. And oh, we're so lucky more didn't go wrong. That was crazy of us.
As soon as we saw the ocean, we knew what we had become, defying our own emotions, pretending land was our home. We couldn't embrace the notion that we were meant for something more, something beautiful.
Because of our last experience at sea, we picked a very calm day to cross the Gulf Stream, which does mean we have to motor sail using our engine to get us there. We plan to rely more on our sails once we get into the Bahamas bank.
A couple hours into my watch, we are still motor sailing. We just want to get through the Gulf Stream pretty quickly here. But yeah, we picked up some wind, so we're running almost 6 knots, and I am entering the shipping channel, which scares me a little bit because I hate cargo ships, but I do okay. We're both kind of losing it. It's so exciting to see the water change color and turn to like the turquoise Bahamas.
It's been such a long journey to get here that, I don't know, it feels kind of surreal to actually be in the turquoise waters and, I don't know, get to be warm and see the bottom of the ocean already. It's all worth it, you know? Maybe.
As we got closer, we put up our yellow quarantine flag. This signals that we are a boat in transit who is not checked into the country, which means we need to remain on our boat until we can check in. We added a jerry can of fuel just to keep it topped off, and so that we didn't have to worry about doing it after sunset. At this point, we're really used to being on the boat for a couple days at a time, so instead of crossing and then anchoring for a night and then continuing the next day, we sailed overnight through the Bahamas bank straight towards the Abaco Islands.
At least I'm not alone in my empathy. There's more like me who don't know how to be, how to reach out to the open arms, how to reach out to the open arms.
I know we made it to the Bahamas last night, but waking up here in this, I'm very, very excited. I think I stopped dreaming about what it would be like to get here because it was just taking so long and I didn't want to think about it anymore, but We're here.
Skies turning red, and I don't know, should I be scared or grateful? How can I see the beautiful?
Unfortunately, there were some heavier winds coming, around 25 to 35 knots from the west. We only had a few hours left in our passage and were making really good time. The forecasts all had the wind coming later, but they came sooner than expected, which means we were dealing with a lot more wind for the last bit of our sail than we would have liked. We reefed our sails and we're still going 6 or 7 knots with about 25 knots of wind consistently and gusts up to 32. I was struggling a bit with anxiety at this point, especially after everything that's happened, but I was able to focus my thoughts on how strong our boat Tally is and how strong our mast is and our sails, and with putting that positive energy out there, I was able to really calm down myself and my nerves. We headed towards Crossing Bay to meet up with our friends and get protection from the wind.
And this has been kind of a rough ending, this amount of wind, but we're pulling into the anchorage now, and our friends Bridget and Hunter are already anchored here, so we're super excited to see them.
We had a hard time anchoring here just because the wind was so strong and pushing us back so quickly, but we did get it on the second try. It was so fun to see our friends Hunter and Bridget on their boat Jojo right next to us.
I was a dumb and left the hatch open, so now the bed's all wet. Which is on me.
Oops.
Yeah, that's pretty wet.
We had to wait for the wind to calm down before we could pick up again and move over to Marsh Harbour to check into the Bahamas. Made it to Marsh Harbour this morning, and now we're gonna check in. Patrick just left. Only one person, the captain, can get off the boat to check in. Everybody else has to stay on the boat, so I'm not allowed on land yet, which is fine. So I'm just gonna stay here with the boat. Then we'll be officially checked in and can go explore the Bahamas, which I'm very excited about. It felt so good to raise the Bahamas flag and officially be checked in. We also topped off our fuel while we were here and took a walk around town. This is our first time on Marsh Harbour. Literally on it. We didn't make it this far last time.
I did it right there. That's
What?
where I checked in.
That's so close.
Yeah, it was really easy. You did have to pay $50 to have immigration come down to you, because this is just customs. But that's all right. Saves you a trip.
Are we, if not people who are always at the hardware store? I show you guys quick what we got at the hardware store. Honestly, the prices were not bad. And there's just been a couple of things on our mind that we didn't have a chance to get in the States. So we got this kind of lock situation for our gas on the dinghy so that we can lock that. And then we also got some like door hinge locks because we have a couple cabinets in here that every time we're underway they explode open and everything falls everywhere and drives me insane. So I was like, I just want something to keep them shut. And then our shower head outside, which is just a garden hose attachment, broke unfortunately, so we grabbed this guy to shower with outside. That's all we got. I can't quite remember, but I think it was about $33. We're taking off same day we checked in to Marsh Harbour. We're actually gonna go over to Hopetown, which we've also never been to.
2 cities, 1 day.
We won't be moving this fast the whole time, but right now we are moving very quickly.
I am currently watching the helm because Patrick had a meeting. But look at, that's our birds. We're just moving together. It's cool to move with people, and I know you haven't even seen them on camera yet. It's Hunter and Bridget. They will be. We're gonna be with them for a couple weeks, so you'll definitely meet them. I'm having a blast. It's so nice to not be here alone, even though I don't mind when it's just the two of us. It's really exciting to have other people. So I'm enjoying this a lot. Marsh Harbour is a great spot to restock up, but we weren't really interested in staying here long, so we headed over to Hopetown.
Just wonder, and even though we would never ride, I still feel delight in your name. Spring turns fast into fall, and I always wonder how I missed it all.
This lighthouse was built in the 1860s. It's one of the last operating lighthouses that has not been electrified. The lens is hand-wound by the keeper and it's fueled by kerosene. It's free to explore the lighthouse and the 101 steps up to the top are worth it for the views. It was so cool to see our boat out there and the color of the water here is so insane.
Okay, first working lighthouse that you've been on top of. You rate it 1 to 10.
9.8.
A 9.8 lighthouse, almost a perfect score.
Room in case there's a better one in the future, but this has to be close to perfect.
Yeah, I mean, look at the view.
Our boat's over there. Super cool. It is much different moving around to different anchorages here. When we were coming down the east coast of the United States, it would often be days at sea at a time. But because the hops are so much shorter here, it's easy to move around often. After a couple days, we ended up moving just outside of Hopetown where they have this really cute little sandbar everyone gathers at.
Wait for better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us if we just hold on tight. This vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. We are dreamers of the shore.
Okay, the Bahamas is not all rainbows and sunshine.
No, sometimes it's very rainy. Sorry, you're talking to the camera.
I was, but that's okay. There's a storm. There's a lot of wind. We're trying to get to a safer anchorage. It's like 30 knots of wind. I'm stressed. Me and Bridget were talking the other day. It's like I love that I get to live on a boat and I love moving my home around in the sense like I love taking my home to new locations. It's cool. But I hate it at the same time. I hate moving the boat, especially on days like this where it's just like stressful. But we're doing fine. The boat's doing really well. She was made for it.
It's getting closer every dawn.
We're going like 6 knots, 6.5 knots at times. It's pretty windy out here. We have one reef in the mainsail and then just the stay sail on because I have to sew back up our head sail. But yeah, we're making great time. We do have the engine just kind of running a little bit. We might be able to turn it off, but also like we are just making a really good time. And I do have a meeting that I'm like, if we could just get here at like 4:15, then I could keep my 4:30 meeting. It's such a cluster when you're like trying to work and also battle the weather on a boat.
Live this lifestyle, yeah.
It's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure.
Next, we're heading over to the north end of Little Harbor Bay where we plan to stay for a while. We've heard there are a lot of sea turtles in the mangroves here, so we're super excited to check this area out. Me and Bridget are gonna go paddleboarding because it's so calm out today. It's like the perfect day to see stuff. Bridget and I went paddleboarding through the mangroves. I'm just learning how to paddleboard, but I'm really enjoying it. And it's such a cool way to see the sea life. Paddleboarding is also cool because you can go into much more shallow water than you can with a dinghy, although at high tide you can also take the dinghy through some of the mangroves too. Turtle. There's another one.
We need a
video of the ferry back.
So we were like looking around this morning and we realized there's a big piece of metal right by our anchor that looks like a little lobster house. So we're gonna go check out if there's any lobsters in the house.
One of the things we dreamed about doing in the Bahamas is catching a lobster. Lobster season is almost over. It probably is over when you're seeing this video, but we were really hoping to at least catch one before the season ended.
Are they raiding you?
Yeah, I might just look it up.
They ended up having Patrick go to one side to push the lobster to the other end, where Hunter was able to grab it. I'm really excited for the next season when we'll be here much earlier and able to catch more.
First one we pulled out, a little tiny.
A little bit small.
Gotta let him go.
He doesn't need to die.
Let's go get the bigger ones out.
Let's do it. I think we have a good strategy. It's bonfire time.
Bonfire time!
Hunter's in the pit, getting the bonfire started. We're trying to get Timber to tire out, an impossible task. We should catch it, not quite.
I don't think that's her fault though. That wasn't a very good throw. My arm is tired.
We were on a beach like around the corner last night, and there was like 1,000, 10,000 gnats.
It was horrible.
And now we're getting a little gnatted, but not so bad.
Hopefully they die after the sun goes down.
I feel like that's the opposite, I feel like, of what bugs do.
Why is it getting slimier?
It's getting gross.
She has to go dunk it in the water.
In the water.
Yeah, okay.
Go Timber, go swimming. How long have you and Hunter been married? Hunter's a canon on the channel. He's in like almost every video that we have to fix something.
We've been married since 2022. We've been together since 2014.
That's
a long
as long
time.
as we've been together.
Well, we've been together a little longer.
It's as long as we've been married.
As far as competition goes, we won though.
You definitely did. We'll give you that. That's all right. I'll accept the loss.
What's your doctorate in?
I have a PhD in neuroscience.
I found out recently that Bridget is the brains behind Hunter actually. Where we'll text Hunter and then it's actually a bamboozle. Bridget will respond. And
He takes all the credit.
yeah, we found that out when we decided to. When Hunter was like, "Yeah, we'll take the head sail down and 20 knots of wind. What could go wrong?" It turned out that was not a great idea.
A lot.
It's good. We'll talk to the camera, so we'll ignore the gnats. Timber, how long have you been a dog?
3 years.
3 years. She's kind of a scaredy dog in some ways. Oh!
God.
Timber, help! Help! Oh, thank you, Timber.
Almost helped.
Almost helped.
Tries to be helpful.
There was an attempt. Thank you, thank you. Good job.
I'm Michaela.
How long have you been on the channel?
I've been on the channel since the start, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I'm just kidding. I love it. Fire! You did it.
Look at that. It's a beautiful fire in a nice pit.
Beautiful bit.
Well dug, nice and squared out.
How often am I on the other side of that phone while you're filming?
That's true. You have been on
Calls.
calls on the videos quite a few times. Oh my gosh, there's a shark.
There's just one or two.
Looks like this one.
You have like 1,000 bug bites.
Is anybody else like the person when you're with a group of people that's the one that gets bit?
Yeah, like I didn't get bit a single time.
Because
I'm
I feel
fine.
like every time I go to like bonfires and stuff, I'm the one who gets every single bug bite.
It's just because you're so sweet, my love.
Thank you. I know. I wish I wasn't. Maybe I should start being meaner.
I'm sorry, love.
Freaking tropics.
We just need to get some bug spray. I don't know how we didn't buy any.
Yeah, we have some somewhere, I think.
Yeah, that's good. I'm sure we'll find it.
Thank you so much for watching. Next time we're going to continue our adventures through the Bahamas and sew our leech line back into the head sail.